And so it was that the once proud kingdom of Glenbrook did fall. Aesfrost seized control of the Crown City, threatening to bring the surrounding domains under its iron yoke. Now the Archduke's army marches upon House Wolfort's stronghold, where Prince Roland is being sheltered by his loyal friends and allies.
Soul upon the scales. Looks like last time we got a part 1 sort of decision, it was because of there was like a split decision that you can make. I'm guessing that's going to be the same here. New wares in stock. Medal of Bravery. It only costs 20. Oh, but we've got a whole bunch of other quietuses as well. Grants 3 TP to an ally. Alright, so definitely gonna buy this medal. Alright, I can only promote you right now, which is to an assassin. Remain and recover. I'm guessing if you stay still for, you know, don't do anything, and you get to do that. Or you get to, like, recover a status effect or something, or maybe a little bit of HP. Okay, it tells you right there, promotion available. I don't think Anna is the one. Okay, so you get Sanctuary at level 10. I still think I might go with Frederica. Oh, you require level 20 to rank up. I didn't recognize that before. So you're already a veteran. You're also a veteran. But everyone else are recruits. Interesting. Huette is also another one that I should consider, but it's most likely going to be Frederica. The fire spells are quite nice. And I guess we should get one more. One more quietus. I wonder what promoting does aside from the TP? Well, from what I can see, it gives you more HP, more TP, and more skills. And also, I saw some stat increases as well, but not much more than that. from a cursory glance, that is. In tandem is probably the best. It looks pretty strong, which is...
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Which is probably why I'll probably be keeping Benedict, because, you know, between the buffs and the utility that he has, he's probably worth a slot.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
Ever eager to please, isn't he?
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant. Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished. I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance. Lord Telior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Fawkes was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
How easily the three high houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned. A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father!
Hey, Uncle Jag. How's it so far? I'm liking it a lot. You know, as a fan of tactics games, I'm down with it.
Can someone explain? What are we gonna do? Excuse me. Can you tell me what's happening?
Did I hear him wrong? I don't.
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolf, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost.
I will also say that I also don't go into every tactics game that I play and, you know, and seek out the next Tactics Ogre or the next Final Fantasy Tactics. Just looking for a, you know, an entertaining game to play, I suppose. So I've played games like Mercenary Saga, which are very, I want to say, like very basic forms of tactics games, and I think they work quite well. So, you know, I continue playing them. So, you know, I'm just looking for something fun, and I think it's fun so far, and I'm liking the story. You know, a lot of the reviews don't seem to like the story, but the story's going good for me so far.
Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed.
What has he done to us?
3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzelian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. as our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood. In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring. And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery by force. Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations. What say you, King Regna? Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not. But I beg of you, spare my children.
Subjects of Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you. The punishment for these crimes is death. Off with his head!
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
Retsu, thank you very much for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City, King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the realm into confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all-too-short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
Daps. Controller? Hello? Oh, you can do that instead? Oh my goodness. Alright. Save. I don't quite like how that bounces over. Bounces over a little too quick for me. And the snap right there gets me every time.
Whatever is House Telior to do? With King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves. Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fawkes alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side... They say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Esfrost, in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Esfrost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Esfrost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
Silvio Telior is definitely a weasel. Cowardly men aren't cute. I don't think I necessarily see him as a weasel. I think in all respects, he's approaching the situation in the most logical way that he can. Which is, how do I ensure my survival? That doesn't necessarily mean, how do I change my loyalties? It seems like he just wants to figure out how best to surmount the issues that have presented himself. And I think he's doing a much better job than Dragon was doing. He's trying to think of all the layers and what happens and what could happen. I see him as shrewd. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. But I guess, time will tell. He could be a weasel for sure. Patriot is a weasel.
It would seem things have calmed outside the castle walls.
What is to become of us now? Word has it the Kingsguard's been slaughtered to the last man. We must flee while we have our lives.
If they meant to kill ordinary folk like us, wouldn't they have done so already? Even as frosty dogs have some honor then. Who'd have thought? Anyway, there's no point fighting. What'll be, will be.
Our people seem less resentful of Esfrost than I would have expected. No doubt due to the Archduke's decision to focus their attack on the castle and leave the town itself unscathed. So, the common folk won't be a problem. That just leaves the matter of the royal family. His Grace and the Crown Prince have been dealt with, and Princess Cordelia has been brought to heel. Prince Roland is the only one unaccounted for, but the men I arranged for hunt him down as we speak. Word has it there's also a sizable bounty on his head. No, he'll not last long. I knew Gustadolf to be a shrewd man, but his attention to detail is nothing short of astonishing. I have seen all I would. Let us return.
No one with that type of mustache is trustworthy. Oh, man. Sometimes I wish I had a mustache like that. Just so that... I actually knew someone who had... I'm not going to say had that mustache, but definitely had the mustache going out and also had the beard going down. It looked pretty good. One day, oh my goodness, one day that person, I had never seen that person without their hair, and so they walked in to work that day, and they were completely, everything was shaven off, and they walked into the back where, people aren't allowed, and I kind of looked at them weird, and I was like, who is this person going back there where they're not allowed to go? And it was the funniest thing, because I didn't learn that was one of my coworkers until half the day was over. And they're like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. And I was like, what? We work in the same office too. So I just needed to go over 2 rooms to see him sitting down at his desk. Oh man.
Your Majesty, House Falks has failed you. I have failed you. High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no. Cursing our fate will not bring you back to us.
We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Alright, join my squad. Bust them all up. Alright. Just these two.
Minister Sorsley.
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that Esfrost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter?
At any rate, I must speak with the Hierophant at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say? Indeed. Indeed, you may have the right of it. My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you?
Send a bird to the palace. Tell them that the Holy One's faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
Okay. Your beard is immaculate. You don't need a mustache. Too much of a good thing. Oh, you don't see what I see. This thing is out of control. Like, first of all, I'm like shedding hair or something. But also, I really wish my hair wasn't so insane. Like, it grows in every direction that it feels like. And it's also getting I'm getting a lot of gray hairs down here, which I don't care about, you know. But, you know, I am getting gray hairs and stuff like that. It ain't as good as it may look on stream. Just throwing that out there. You know, 720p camera doing works for my looks, I suppose.
Lord Serenoa, thank the heavens you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Benedict, there is news.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed. We must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simon.
What is it? Has something befallen Father?
Stuff is going down.
Father!
Lord Simon, What is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simon. Not now, of all times.
Father. Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you, Father. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simon. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Blood. No, it cannot be.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities. And the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell, you too abandon me now?
Maxwell, we all know Maxwell's not dead. If you don't see the body, he's just fine. Just a flesh wound.
At Gustadolf's command, Esfrost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
Nothing going on over there. Save. Your cousin is the same. He's around my age at 34 and has some gray hairs. What do you mean he's around my age? There is nobody in this world that knows how old I am. Other than the vague guesses that I give that it's, mentioned I've been alive for several million years. 34 is much too young for me. He has multi-textured hair too. Bought him a grooming kit for Christmas. I don't think the only grooming that I can do is to cut off all my hair. And honestly, I don't take care of my hair to hope that it just goes away faster, but it sticks around too much. Gets on my nerves. I'm sure I could pull out some hair right now. Yep.
My lord, the Esfrosti army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
34 too young? I look so young? Well. I can't disclose the age, but I can say I'm younger than 45
You cannot be serious about this.
million.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much.
Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle. He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
The natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
See, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects. You must decide.
Interesting. Huette was about to play 0 games with Benedict. I understand both sides. What do I want to do? Alright, so none of this is making a decision, actually. It's just kind of delaying the conversation. So none of these really feel that important. Honestly, I like the first option the most, but I also think it's the weakest of all the options. I don't like this one because it basically admits defeat. So I guess I'm just left with this one.
As his vassal, I must fight to protect the prince. But as their lord, I must ensure my people's safety.
I am sorry, Serenoa. Pray do what you feel is best for your house. I will find some way of helping my family.
Your mind is made up, then.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.